It's funny too when that song came out. What's his name song? John Legend, when he's like, I should have bought you flowers, should have held your hand. You know, and I'm sitting there, I listen to that, and I'm like, I don't think there's a woman could even say that to me. Like, I couldn't even sing that with a straight face because I do those things. Your ass just didn't appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I did all those things, or at least tried. You're the one that didn't want to fucking do it, you know? So all my relationships never ended because of those things. You know, they usually ended, I usually know it's time to go when I'm strangling you because you're just fucking stressing me out so fucking much. There's just no other way to shut. You just shut. If you loved me, you would just shut the fuck up. And then you back up like, look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. That's when I know it's probably time to call it quits.
Why G's relationships ended sounds like a full show. It's a 5-part series is what it is.
It's I try not to even end relationships as much as I can because it's like, who else do I have to know? Like, because then you get in a relationship, now someone else has to know how fucked up you are. You know what I'm saying? Now someone else has to figure out
how much conditioning you had to do.
How much debauch, you
how much work you had to do to mold this woman,
to groom this woman into even accepting fucking my face. Yeah, man. I want to top that off a little bit there.
Sure.
Thank you, man.
A little more.
I could tell how, by the way you pour, you used to be a waiter. I could tell you have waiter hands. You know. Got them long ass fingers where he could just stay here and pass the drink across the table.
Dog, you know how many plates I can fucking hold right here, dog?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I could hold a plate of 12 just in my arms.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you definitely got that waiter build. You're tall, so you hover over everybody. You can reach over and push it down without touching someone's head. You got them long fingers to stabilize a lot of shit.
Yeah, and I'm really good at getting through the crowd. I just go hot soup, hot soup, hot soup, and that gets you through right every time. Does
that work in clubs?
Dude, yeah, bro, I'm telling you. To do it anywhere. Hot soup, coming through, hot soup. You got to say it like that, though. Hot soup.
D-More 76 says, got to come up with a new training manual each time.
Not for waiting for women.
Listen, man, I can talk about relationships, man. If you guys really want the truth of it all, man. I graduated from the class of Patrice, man, and what was that show he used to do? Black Phillip. And that's where I agree with a lot of that. That's where I got a lot of my my foundational beliefs when it comes to relationships from. You know, and that's why I care less about all that shit now. You know, at the end of the day, man, you got to look at the table. It's my fucking table. If you're sitting at it, understand you're sitting at my fucking table. And if when I tell you to leave, the table looks the same, then that should tell you, you know, how much it matters. Not that I'm a loving dude. I got too much love, you know, but I just don't care as much anymore. I mean, especially especially nowadays when I hear people like complaining nowadays.
It's like, dog, we have it so easy now.
Well, no, I just gotta ask. Like, it makes me go, the bubble's a beautiful place.
What do you mean?
Like, the bubble is a beautiful place. Those people out there who live in their own bubble and don't realize all the things that are going on right now. How forget about, we're going to talk prophecies and shit like that are being fulfilled. Just how, when you look around, everything is deteriorating. Schools deteriorating. Airplanes got doors flying off of them because they're more interested. Well, no, they're also more interested in having people of mixed races in there than people who actually know how to fix planes and fly planes. That's really what the problem, the equity shit. You're talking how the government's falling apart, how you know the media can't be trusted, how you can't watch a fucking movie without some sort of brainwash. Like, everything is going on right now that says the brink. It all is pushing towards some sort of, everything is pushing to some sort of
crescendo, the climax,
some sort of climax, you know, and like every other climax, it's going to be quick and probably not worth it.
This is going to be real messy.
Yeah. You know, there's a lot of cleaning up involved. But yeah,
And maybe depending
everything.
on what time of the month, a little blood.
Well, there's gonna be a lot of blood. That's the thing. Like, there's gonna be a climax in some sort of a way. All that's going on, and people like still get stressed and argue and want me to care about the most mundane things of life.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like it could be anything. And I get stressed over people and interactions, but I'll hear people really stressed over shit that really that's what you do know, like World War III is going on as we speak. We're just not involved yet, but we're all moving to get involved. And that's what we're talking about. That's what you care about.
Mm-hmm. It's by design, dude. It's by design. Themore 76, the powers that be are great at edging, keeping it right there all the time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dog. They really are good at that shit, man. You know?
Mm-hmm. Tantric. They're tantric sex.
It's fucking insane if you ask me, man. Like, and then people are just so oblivious to it.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm always happy when somebody finally opens their eyes to the shit going on around them. But I hate when people open their eyes and then they start telling me shit like I like it's the first time I ever heard it. And I'm like, motherfucker, I'm 20 years deep in this game, dog. I've been so down so many fucking wormholes, man. It's insane.
I had somebody that we both know ask me less than 6 months ago if I thought that the government had something to do with the coronavirus pandemic.
Who, my mother?
No, it wasn't your mother.
Because she's one of those people. She's like, Gary, do you know September 11th was probably an inside job? She said that to me like 2 weeks ago.
You're like, no.
Really, Mom? Really?
Well, that's the interesting thing too, man. And when we were doing the conspiracy theory interviews, seeing that there's a lot more people, like they want to make us think that there's more, people trying to be trans, but there's way more people who think like kind of like us.
Dude, the truth of the matter is all that shit is not real. If you could look around, like even in the movies, everybody's always so mixed. Who are these people that have a full mix of people? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you go by what the media is saying, man, women love sports. Women love they love football. They sit there with their man dressed in the shit, and they're even more into it than the dudes are. If you believe what they're selling you, we're all living on this block. On every other house, there's a mixed couple and there's somebody trans. In every other house.
Not in this neighborhood.
And I guarantee you go through this whole fucking neighborhood, you'll probably find one gay, maybe.
There's a I think an Indian woman and a black guy down the block here on the end of the cul-de-sac.
Yeah. And they're probably both Indian. You just probably think there's only so dark you can be to actually be one. You're like, no, he's too dark. He ain't Indian. He's black. I understand the way you think, but I'm just saying it's not real. The same thing when people said, Gary, how can you not believe the coronavirus? Well, let me see. They're telling me that I think at one point in New York, they were saying that 30,000 people were dying every day in New York or something like that. Some crazy thing like that every day. And I was like, really? Because I'm not seeing that. And when I say I'm not seeing that, I mean, nowhere am I seeing that. I don't know anyone who it's happening to, although a lot of people were like, oh, I got a friend who got a friend or somebody at work or this or that. But no one really had somebody that can say, oh, they died of this shit. I had a couple of people like you who caught it. I think I might have. I don't know. I didn't run to the doctors, but for a fact you caught it. I know a lot of people caught it. I don't know anyone who died from it personally. So when you come at me with this crazy number, I'm sitting here going, I don't see it. And that don't mean I have to know the person. But with numbers that high, shouldn't I be walking out of my house like I did today and saw that my man fell down the fucking steps and was getting taken out on a stretcher? Yeah. Shouldn't I be seeing that at least like up the block? I look up the block and you see one ambulance and another ambulance and another pulling out, body bags.
Dude, remember they had that? They put a ship in the fucking harbor that was supposed to be a hospital ship that they didn't put one single patient on. You know how much money that ship cost?
Well, propaganda costs money.
Oh, correct. Yeah. Correct.
Yeah,
and
you got to spend money to take money.
And that's the thing. Why was 9/11 televised? Same thing. The optics of it, same thing. Why was JFK assassinated publicly?
That's what I'm saying. That's what they're gonna do.
Yeah, Themore 76 says morgue so full they're stacking bodies on the street.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I didn't see any of that.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I just didn't see it with my own eyes as I walked around and moved around. I didn't see that.
Mhm.
And that's how it is in real life, people. Don't believe the shit just because you're seeing it on TV and they're saying this is what everyone thinks. No, that's not what everyone thinks. Only the idiots who are easily brainwashed, which in a sense we all are. I mean, to manipulate the mind is so simple. I watched this thing. I forgot what it was on Instagram or something.
Some dark magic stuff.
No, it was a dude talking about how the brain is easily manipulated.
Mhm.
And he had a blue circle and a red circle. When I
Oh,
first looked at it, I said, all
you want to
right,
play
you
it?
know,
That's a pretty
and
cool
then he
clip.
says, yeah, play the clip, because then he just goes into say, you know, one of them is bigger.
Mhm. Yeah, here you go.
Oh, look at that. You got the clip. Talk about timing. I guess I was meant to bring
Despite
that
what
up.
you might be
Here you go.
Yeah, here you go.
thinking, these two circles are not equal.
Oh, that wasn't the way.
No, that's it.
Oh, is it?
100%, that's it.
I repeat, these two circles are not equal. One is in fact larger than the other. What I need you to do is determine which one that is. So, please raise your hand if you believe the blue circle is larger than the red. All right. Please raise your hand if you believe the red circle is larger than the blue. All right, very good. Now, before I said anything about these two circles, what was your first instinct? Equal, right? Because they look equal. And the reason why they look equal is because, in fact, they are equal. These two circles are identical.
Now,
Yet I got just about every one of you to raise your hand and say that they're not.
But what's crazy is I knew they were equal because when I first looked at it, I said they were equal, right? Yep. And then when he said that they're not equal, I already picked up on the fact that this dude is playing some sort of game here of manipulation, right? But I'm not going to lie. When he said it, the blue one started looking bigger to me. The minute he said it, the blue one started looking bigger. And I went, that blue one's not bigger. They were both the same size a second ago. So I said they're both the same size. But it's obvious because, like I said, once he said it, I'm looking at it and the blue one looks slightly bigger for a second. It's only because I was able to know that this dude's doing some sort of mind shake that I said they're both the same.
And do people have a huge fear of being wrong? They do. And a big fear of not being accepted. That's instinctual. It's like stuff like this is a situation where like, all right, well, maybe I'm wrong. And then you're like, all right, well, everyone else is raising their hand for red. All right, maybe I'll raise my hand for blue. You know, it's that quick. It's that quick, you know?
See, I thank the people for the rejection they gave me early in my life.
I'm sorry, what?
I thank the people that gave me nothing but rejection earlier in my life, who made me feel unwanted, who made me feel unaccepted. No, I'm grateful for that because I can honestly say right now, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. What's the first thing I tell the crowd when I'm eating a dick? I'm not one of those comedians that need your fucking validation. I don't care if you like me or not. I just don't fucking give a fuck. It took a long time to get to that point. But yeah, like that, you know, like I don't try to fucking be accepted in any way. If anything, I hate the fact that everybody wants everything to be accepted, man. You know, that, like, you ever heard of a fucking rebel? You stupid ass. Who the hell wants everything to be accepted? The minute it's accepted, it's no longer fun.
Yeah, dude. What's weird is, you know, I'm the outlier because I don't have any tattoos and I got married. You know, nobody does that shit my age. Everyone's got tattoos and they're not married.
It's a good thing.
Oh, 100%, man. I'm so happy I got married.
Themore 76 says JFK was not shot. The Zapruder films, the only video or photo that exists, came out 13 years after the event. On Geraldo Rivera, Zapruder said FBI had it most of that time.
The footage. Yeah, I had the footage most of the time.
So if he wasn't shot, then what do you think they did? They just blew off his brain with a like I don't know, an explosive
it's a fake
tie.
They're saying it's a fake video. You know,
the whole video.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's what he's saying. You know, but JFK was not shot. There's a Zapruder film, the only video photo.
But I mean, wasn't there people there when it happened? Or was that a black
like a false flag thing?
False flag thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Huh. Yeah, that's true.
Pretty interesting. I don't know. I mean, I'm willing to look more into that. You know. But
yeah, dude. But I mean, I was saying to somebody the other day, the three biggest events in American history, you have COVID, 9/11, and JFK. Those are three things we'll never find out the real answers to, and three things that really did change the country.
What were they again?
COVID, 9/11, JFK.
Oh yeah. Those were huge.
Huge. Like, dude, the world fundamentally
It's
changed.
crazy that we were around for 2 of those.
I know, dude, and they were 19 years apart. Yeah.
All 3 of them 19 years apart?
No.
Oh.
JFK was 1963, and then to 2001. It's like,
Yeah, I wasn't 63. I
years.
wasn't around for JFK. That happened before me. But it's crazy how, like, I was around for the September 11th big switch and control switch, and then
that was the surveillance switch.
COVID.
That's what that was.
The
It was no.
COVID shit.
Now that you're on it, 9/11 was surveillance. COVID was control. So they wanted to surveil us first, and then they wanted to control us.
Yeah.
And now the next thing that is going to happen is going to be an electrical failure. That's what it's going to be.
You think?
I think that's what it's going to be.
They're all building bunkers.
Well, and
even
I've also
Rick Ross built a bunker. He said, "Yo, Elon Musk building a bunker. I'm building a bunker."
Yeah, well, dude, Rick Ross is he's Jesuit. He sucked a bunch of fucking cocks, dude. Yeah, he's definitely in there. He's in there. He would know. I mean, they probably wouldn't tell him, but he's close enough to the inner circle that he would get,
build a bunker.
Well, he would see. He knows that other people are in this. Other people
His boys are doing it.
Right.
Jay-Z got a bunker. I'm building a bunker.
Yeah, but I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be.
Bunkers,
well, listen, dude. They're trying to push us into
poles.
the internet.
He'll have a stripper pole in his bunker. You don't think he's gonna have a stripper pole in his bunker?
What, dude? What?
He's gonna have a stripper pole in his bunker.
No. Before we get to the comment, I think what's gonna happen is all of our banking systems are going online. The big companies like BlackRock and stuff now have Bitcoin ETF, which can be traded on the market, right? So they're moving towards global currency and centralized digital currency, right?
Yeah.
So once we have that and everyone is on that electrical thing,
no paper at all anywhere to be found.
It's all going to go away overnight.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
When everybody's like, "Oh, you can't, you can't do this. They can't turn off Bitcoin. They can't do this. They can't do that." I'm like, first of all, don't you remember the last thing they did? They weren't allowed to do any of that stuff. From the lockdown all the way up to forcing people to get those things, they weren't allowed to do any of that stuff.
Yeah, FEMA, dog.
So at what point do you understand that when they want to do something, they do it? As long as we all fall in line and go, okay, they'll do it.
Right.
So what's to stop us one day from waking up? You turn on the TV, nothing on the TV. You turn on your computer, nothing on the computer.
No power.
No power. I mean, you got power. There's just nothing coming through your cable.
No internet.
There's nothing coming through your TV or your.
Think about how much the internet gets fucked up already.
Nothing. Nothing. A black screen or a buffer thing. That's all you see. Everyone. That's all you see. Who are you going to after that to go? Hey, wait a minute. I got Bitcoin on there. Where's my money? Who are you going to collect that from?
Who are you going to call? Who are you going to call?
Who are you going to call?
Yeah, where are you going to go down? You're going to go down to the Bitcoin store?
Yeah.
You can go down to the local branch?
I'm going to go to my bank across the street, which is nothing but 2 machines. And I'm going to yell at them. I'm going to go to the camera, to say that watches me, put my thing in and be like, I can't get. Those machines don't even take your card anymore.
You think we're going to see it? Like me and you?
Of course. Everything's happening very fast now. Yeah, that I think we'll see. Will I get to see the fire and brimstone? I don't know.